It can hurt when someone criticizes or makes assumptions about us. Many people constantly worry about what others think of them. However, emotional stability, freedom, and success come from caring less about these opinions and judgments. When you stop worrying so much about what others think, positive things will happen on your spiritual journey. As Aristotle once warned, there is only one way to avoid criticism: do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. So in order to achieve our greatest desires, we've got to face criticism. Today, let's look at 7 blessings you receive when you stop caring about others' opinions. Number 1, you are less stressed and anxious. Carrying daily stress and anxiety can become an exhausting weight. The pressure to satisfy external expectations hangs over our minds like a storm cloud, stirring up constant worries like, what if they think I'm too fat? What if they judge me for my old car? I shouldn't have said that. These anxious, self-critical thoughts accumulate and overwhelm our minds, draining us mentally. However, as you release the need for others' approval, your thought patterns transform, becoming more accurate and balanced. You start seeing situations clearly as they truly are, rather than what your fears distort them to be. This clarity provides a fresh perspective centered on your own values, not others' judgments. Decision-making becomes more straightforward too, guided by inner wisdom instead of criticism. You also stop mentally replaying past events, picking apart what you could have done better. Number 2, you become your authentic self. The freedom to fully be yourself is profoundly liberating. Imagine voicing your perspectives at work without worrying about judgments. Envision going on a first date and freely being yourself rather than anxiously monitoring every word. How often have you said yes due to fear of the backlash if you were honest? Oscar Wilde once wrote, "Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions. Their lives a mimicry. Their passions a quotation." Living freely lets your authentic self emerge, making space for self-expression and self-acceptance you may not have recognized before. Once you start embracing your genuine self in this way, you'll wonder how you ever lived any other way. You no longer drain energy trying to maintain pretenses or forcing yourself into rigid molds. Instead, you direct that energy into fueling your own dreams and personal growth. Number 3, you build self-confidence and self-acceptance. Seeking continuous external validation can slowly erode your self-acceptance and appreciation over time. Trying to shape yourself to match others' expectations or social norms demands high costs, even if imperceptible at first. Maintaining facades and adjusting your behavior to suit others is draining. More critically, whenever you silence or alter parts of your authentic self just to fit in, you implicitly communicate to yourself that you are not good enough as you are. This gradually undermines your self-confidence and self-worth. Over time, you may even lose sight of your genuine identity as it gets buried under various pretend versions that you present to try to win acceptance. Now imagine the transformation when you release the need to conform and fully embrace your unique self instead. It's like arriving home after a long, exhausting journey, wearing suffocating masks and acting out artificial roles. Number 4, you connect better with people. When you stop worrying about others' judgments, you open the door to more sincere, authentic relationships. In the past, you may have spent much energy trying to please or placate people. But this path often requires compromising your own needs and spiritual growth. Lao Tzu wrote, "Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner." As you let go of external opinions and make your own approval a priority, an inner transformation occurs. No longer tied to outside expectations, you tap into profound inner power. The underlying motivation for your actions shifts radically from obligation to genuine desire. This doesn't imply indifference to others' needs. It means acting from authenticity rather than seeking validation. Contrary to some misconceptions, genuine self-love enriches not just your life, but also relationships around you. When actions arise from self-respect and inner harmony, You become a more present, supportive friend, parent, and citizen, spreading positivity to those you encounter. Consider all the time and energy previously drained trying to meet expectations. This endless loop is fatiguing, and no amount of effort satisfies everyone. Freeing yourself from this treadmill frees up inner resources for what truly matters: your passions, personal growth, and relationships. Number 5, you live more freely and purposefully. Comparing yourself to narrow standards set by others makes it hard to define your own meaning and purpose. From childhood, many feel immense pressure to conform to expectations from family, friends, media, and society about how to look, act, and aspire. This diverts us from nurturing our inner truth and wholeness. However, only you live your life. No one else can or should dictate your path. Conforming to rigid ideals means betraying your authentic self, like forcing a flower to contort to an artificial shape, denying its innate gifts and glory. Not only is this painful, but the hollowness of chasing others' illusions of normal rarely fulfills anyone's soul. You deserve to bloom boldly as you are, colorful, nuanced, and wonderfully distinctive. Seeking your inner light guides you more than grasping for others' shadows. Number 6, you have more mental energy. Letting go of the pressure to satisfy external expectations liberates massive mental energy that was previously consumed by worry. This reclaimed energy and space can now fuel pursuits that truly nourish your spirit and spark joy. Immense freedom also emerges from boldly being your authentic self without apology. This liberation unleashes creativity and inspires inner courage. You find yourself more willing to take risks and stretch beyond old comfort zones without being paralyzed by others' opinions. By removing the burden of expectations, you redirect energy previously wasted on validation seeking into your true passions. As Cynthia Kersey tells us, believe in yourself, and there will come a day when others will have no choice but to believe with you. When you no longer depend on meeting expectations to be at peace, you reclaim authority over your mind. You devote your precious mental energy to developing your innate gifts and everything you feel passionately called toward. Purposeful creation takes the place of chasing perfection when you honor your authentic self as enough. Number 7, you rely on yourself for happiness. Looking outside ourselves for happiness often leaves us emotionally exposed, placing our joy in others' hands. However, when we generate happiness from within, we build inner resilience. Envision your sense of happiness as a beautiful garden inside you. If you let others tend it, they may not nurture it well. But in becoming your own gardener, you ensure your inner sanctuary gets the care it deserves. Watering positive emotions, removing negativity, and enjoying the blossoms. Taking ownership of your happiness boosts resilience as life inevitably brings unpredictable ups and downs. When your well-being stems from within, outer chaos impacts you less. You've cultivated an inner oasis to sustain you through storms. This provides stability, freeing you from desperately chasing fleeting highs or plunging into despair. You still feel a full range of emotions, as all humans do, but your inner climate remains more balanced, like a sturdy tree, unshaken at its core by passing storms. You realize you don't need external perfection to be okay. Remember, you are a uniquely divine being, here to express and experience life as only you can. Let others know in the comments how you express your uniqueness, and please also share this with someone you think might need it. To gain further insight into how to worry less, watch this video next.